Most people are spending 10, 15, sometimes even 20 hours putting together a single piece of content. AI can literally get that done in 2 hours. I've been doing this for over 5 years. I've got 300,000 subscribers on this channel, and within the last 6 months, I've rebuilt my entire content system around AI tools. Now there's one step in this process that's going to surprise you. Most people think it's scripting, but it's not. I'll show you exactly what it is and why skipping it costs you more time than anything else. Today I'm going to walk you through my entire content system from scratch, every tool, every step, and I have a stopwatch running the whole time so you can see exactly how long each step takes. Let's get into it. So the very first step of my process is ideas and research. And look, I know you're probably expecting me to open up ChatGPT and type in something like, give me a YouTube video idea about AI tools, and then just run with whatever it spits out. I've tried that for a very long time actually. And ideas are decent, like they're not bad, but they're just not mine. The AI is probably gonna give me the same 5 angles that every other creator in the space is already using. What I actually do is go on YouTube and find anywhere from 3 to 5 different video ideas on the topic I'm making a video about. Then from there, I simply copy those links from the reference videos that I found, then I paste those links back into an AI tool called Poppy AI. Now let me briefly tell you about Poppy AI, because this part of the process is where it actually starts to get interesting. Poppy AI is basically a workspace where you can pull in any piece of content. Anything from a YouTube video to an article, a PDF, or any kind of document that you can think of. I can take that document and paste it directly into Poppy and then have a proper conversation with it. At this point, I'm not just reading or watching the full content. I'm asking the AI questions. The AI has already downloaded all of the content into its system, and I'm going back and forth with it, asking questions, pulling out specific information, and using it to shape my own unique angle of the topic. For my specific workflow on Poppy AI, I create a group and then drag in all of my research videos inside of it. Poppy then reads each one and then gives me a summary, just like the one that you can see on the screen right now. From there, I can chat directly with it. So instead of sitting there through a 20-minute video to find like one gem or one good insight, I just ask it things along the lines of this. What angle does this video take? So this helps me figure out what is the motive behind this content, what the creator trying to achieve with this specific video. Then I ask what is missing from this content. This is where I find stuff that's not already on the market that I can now add to the topic or add to the space. And another question I like to ask when I'm doing is, what is everyone in the space not talking about? So you can see this is me trying to probe the content and find out what are the gaps that I can now exploit and make my own content and bring something new to the market. Because think about it like this, if all 5 creators are making the same video in the same angle, the opportunity is the gaps, and that's where my idea lives. Then from there, I repeat it across all 5 videos, right? Sometimes I might grab 3, sometimes I might grab 4, depending on the specific topic that is at hand. And then once I have all of these, by the end, I have a clear picture of what's already out there for one, and exactly where my video needs to go differently. This whole thing probably took me around anywhere from 13 to 15 minutes. Without a tool like Poppy AI, this exact research idea stage could easily run into an hour, hour and a half. So now once all of the research is done, I know exactly what video I'm making, what angle I'm taking, what differentiates me from the market. Now it's time to take all of that information and use it to create my script. And this is actually where I see most people go completely wrong. Anyone that introduced to this tool, they make the same mistake. They take everything they've gathered and they dump it into the AI tool and type something like, write me a YouTube script about this, and then they wonder why it comes back sounding like, frankly, a Wikipedia article that was written by a robot. When this happens to them, they come back to me and say, oh, maybe it's the AI's fault, but it's not. It's the actual setup that they're running. If you don't give the tool the right context up front, it's gonna try fill in those gaps with generic content. And you and I know this best. Generic content does not hold attention. That's why I stay inside Poppy AI for the scripting step as well. So here's what my setup looks like. I've got my research group from step number 1 sitting in my Poppy AI board with all of my competitors' videos loaded inside it. Now what I'm gonna do is create a second group. It's very easy. Just click right here and then the group opens up. And then what I'm gonna do is name this one my style. And in my opinion, this is what really makes Poppy AI stand out to any other scripting tool on the market right now. Now that this new group has been created, what I'm going to do is head back over to my YouTube channel, and then I'm going to grab the links of a few videos on my channel. So I'm going to grab the link for this first video right here. I'm just going to quickly copy it. Then I'm just going to paste it into the group. And just to make you aware, this doesn't just work for YouTube. You can do this exact same process on most social media platforms. So if you have a TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, anything out there, you can just do what I've done right here, where you just grab the links from it, and then you can pull those directly back into Poppy AI's dashboard. And then from there, Poppy AI is going to read through all of the content that you've given it. In my case, I've given it the YouTube videos right here, and it's going to learn how you speak, right? So your tonality, your pacing, the kind of vocabulary that you use, everything that it learns from those videos is now going to use this video to train itself and then implement it into any content that you create inside of the AI. So it's not just going to create a generic creator voice, it's going to be your specific voice that it builds from your content. Now, once both groups are connected to the AI chat inside of Poppy, I type in one prompt. So for this case, I'm working on a video about how to start a one-person business. So I'm going to type in this. I'm making a video titled How to Start a One-Person Business, and then from there, use the research group to understand what's already been covered and where the gaps are. Use my style group to write the script in my voice. Give me the full outline first. And here we go, it's just loading right now. And this is just like if you're typing on ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, or any other models. Specifically, I'm using Claude within Poppy AI because I noticed that this is the best at natural human sounding writing. And here we go, as you can see, what comes back isn't just an outline, right? This is a structured breakdown that knows what the competition missed and writes towards those gaps in a voice that actually sounds like me. From here, what I'm gonna do is take the outline and ask Poppy AI to write each section in full. So it's going to go section by section, one at a time, and write out each section in my brand voice in the exact angle that I want it to. What I found is that you get way tighter, more focused writing when you go section by section, rather than asking it to write the whole thing at once. So the full script takes around, give or take, 10 to 15 minutes from when I give it the prompt to something that I can actually work with. I'll go in and clean up like a line here and there, but honestly, all of the heavy lifting has already been done for me. And look, I've tried every AI tool out there, and I kept coming back to Poppy AI scripting because it's learned from all of the content that I've fed it over the last 6 months to a year. Every other tool out there gives me something that I'd have to go back in and rewrite from scratch. If you want to try this out yourself, I'm going to leave a link in the description right now. Go ahead and check it out right now, and if you end up signing up through my link, you're gonna get an extra 25% off. And while you're down there, if you've gotten value from this video so far, go ahead and drop a like on this video right now. This is really going to help the channel and help more people that are doing content online to learn systems like this so they can get out there, create businesses online, and get out to the masses and create good content. So step number 3, we have filming and thumbnail. And at this point, I've got the entire script written that actually sounds like me and is well structured around what is working in my space. That's step 1 and step 2 done. Now it's time to actually film. And believe it or not, there's no AI in this entire process. It's all manual work. I actually have to get on camera, set up all of these lights, set up the mic, set up everything like that, and actually do it the old school way. I edit all of my videos with real human editors as well. That's just what works for me right now and how I actually prefer it. I'll be honest, there are AI editing tools out there on the market right now, and I can see that they're getting better as time goes on, but they're just not a part of my process right now. Same thing goes for the thumbnails. I'm not just generating, fake AI images of myself. I actually sit there with my DSLR camera and I take still shots to get the thumbnails that you see on my channel. Now, while we're on the topic of thumbnail, there's actually one place where AI earns its spot in this step. Once I've taken my thumbnail photos and transferred it over to my laptop, I like to sharpen it before I send it off to my thumbnail editor. The tool I use for this is the one you can see on the screen right now called Create AI. Pretty much all it does is take your photo and enhance enhances the quality of it. So it makes it clearer, crispier, and it does this without changing what I actually look like. You just upload the photo, select the upscaling options, and then from there it handles the rest of the work. Full disclosure, sometimes it doesn't actually get it perfect every time. What I've noticed with using it over and over again is that it sometimes guesses what the pixel should actually look like, and occasionally it gets like these small details wrong. Sometimes the hats that I wear in this video gets confused, and then my beard and my hair, sometimes it messes it up and doesn't get it perfect. So if your original photo is low quality, don't be surprised if it comes back and gives you a photo that looks like a completely different person. So that's the only drawback to this, but if you take high quality photos, even if it's on your iPhone or your Samsung, you should be completely fine. One thing worth knowing is that Create AI is completely free to use. If you want a paid alternative that goes even harder on the quality, then you can check out Magnific AI. This is probably the better version of Create AI, but if you want to save some money right here, Create AI does the job. Right now my stopwatch says around 2 minutes. Not bad at all, right? Now the filming and the process is handled, but here's where the process gets interesting. Once the video is uploaded, most people think that's it, but it's not. I've got 2 routes I run after every upload to squeeze a lot more out of the same content. I'll show you both of those right now. So the video has been filmed, the thumbnail's looking sharp, now it's time to upload. Upload itself is pretty straightforward, as you can imagine. If you've been doing this for a while, you're probably very familiar with the process. However, if you're newer to content, ChatGPT can actually assist you here, right? So it can help you with your tags and your description. It won't be perfect, but you can get to 80% of the way there, and it will take you anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes. So let me do some quick maths on where we're at. Researching, scripting, filming, thumbnail, the whole thing from a blank page to uploading the video has taken anywhere from 2 hours to 2.5 hours, if I'm being completely transparent. Without the AI though, that entire process that I just showed you would have added at least 2 hours on top of that. Probably even more if you're a beginner and you've never done this stuff before. But here's what I want you to understand, and this is a pro tip for anyone that wants to take their content to that next level. Once you upload your video, it doesn't just die there. There's way more that you can do with your content to get extra reach. From here, I take 2 routes on every video. Route 1 is turning it into a shorts clip for social media, right? So this can be if I want to repurpose it on YouTube Shorts, Instagram, TikTok. I'll cover the tools for that in a separate video, so I won't go over it here again, but it's pretty straightforward. You just drop your link to your YouTube video or any content that you have, you wait a few minutes and it's done. You have a long form video that's now in a short form clip that you can now repurpose. Route 2 is where I spend most time, because this is the one that most people skip entirely. I take my YouTube video and I turn it into a fully written article. And the way I do it with AI is worth seeing properly. So I'm going to briefly show you that now in the following step. So step number 5, the blog post. And this is the route I just mentioned, where I take the video and turn it into a fully written article. And the way I do it is probably similar to what you'd expect. I'm obviously not sitting down from scratch writing out these articles. What I do is take the audio from my edited video and then I run it through a transcripting tool called Restream. No signups, no paywalls, no limits on how long your audio is. Of course, that can change depending on the time that you're watching this video. You just upload the file, you hit the button. In about a minute or so, you have a full transcription of your video. For a 15-minute video, that's genuinely an impressive turnaround. From here, I take the transcription into Claude and I ask it to turn the text into a proper written article. Claude handles all of the restructuring well. It knows the difference between how someone speaks and how someone should read on a page. 2 things to make sure you ask for while you're in Claude. First, the image suggestion. Claude won't generate it, but it will give you a solid list of ideas to work with. Second, and this one's important, is SEO keywords. This is a blog post, so getting the right keywords is what determines whether people find it through Google search. Make sure to ask Claude for those specific keywords and don't miss that step out if you actually want to get more reach, more impressions, and more people reading and interacting with your content. So now that the article's been written, there's just one final step that we need, and that is the image. image. I've got 3 different options depending on what I need, and I'll give you my honest take on each one. Option 1 is ChatGPT with DALL-E. This one is my go-to. So you take the image idea Claude suggested in the last step, and then you paste it into ChatGPT. From there, it will generate something for you that you can actually use. If it's not quite right, you just describe it, tweak it to how you want, same as how you would have a conversation or how you would interact with ChatGPT or any AI. It's by far the most straightforward of the 3 options, and one thing that's worth noting is that this is completely free. You'll get a handful of generations before it asks you to sign up to a subscription, but for ease of use, nothing comes close. Option 2 is Midjourney, and I'll be straightforward with you. This one's probably my least favorite. The whole thing runs through Discord, which is annoying, especially if you don't know how to use Discord. That's a bit of a learning curve, and you really need to be specific with how you describe the image, or it will just go its own way. That said, when it actually works, the quality is genuinely impressive. The resolution, the style, details, Midjourney consistently delivers the best looking results out of the 3. If you don't mind the learning curve and you're willing to invest in your images for your blog, then this is 100% worth it. And option 3 is Adobe Express. This is the strongest free option if you want more than just the image generation. It's got background removal, inpainting, resizing all in one place. The interface does take a little bit of time to get used to, similar to the last one. Everything's crammed into one screen, but once you know where things are, it's actually a solid tool to use. So now let me add up everything that's been covered. We have research ideas, scripting, filming, thumbnail, upload, shorts, and then blog posts with images. My whole process from a blank page to publish content across multiple platforms took me just under 3 hours. Without AI, God knows this could have took me an entire day's worth, probably 8 to 10 hours of work to get the quality of what I've just shown you here. This is the purpose of a system, not to replace the work, but just to compress it and save you time. And look, if you want me to take this even further, there's a whole nother level that I haven't even covered in this video. What if your entire content system could run while you weren't even at your desk? No keyboard, no screen, just Claude handling the entire thing. I made a full video on exactly how that works. I'm gonna leave it on the screen. Make sure you watch it right now, and with that being said, I'll see you in the next video.